This is take two. All right.
EPK, take two.
They're gonna use that. Yeah, right.
Okay, so what is the worst thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
The worst thing that's ever happened to me on stage was a problem that my character in the film battles with, which is forgetting your lines, and developing from that into a little bit of stage fright. So that may be the worst thing I think that's happened. I mean, there have been minor disasters in terms of things that go wrong, but that was the most frightening thing. Fortunately, I got over it.
How has your perspective on being an actor changed throughout the course of your career?
You know, I don't think you can ever have the same feeling throughout a career, because it's unpredictable. You know, certainly in this film, the character battles with a very narrow notion of what success is. This character that I play wants only to achieve a certain kind of success, a material success. What he learns at the end of the film is that that kind of success really doesn't mean terribly much. What really matters is the acceptance within yourself of the way the world actually is. And how would I think that well, I don't do it anymore for you know, things that I might have done when I was starting off. I do it because I think that maybe something that I'm in might change the way somebody kind of looks at the world. That gives me a certain satisfaction, thinking that might be the case. It may also not be the case at all, but it's a strong enough motivation in me to do it, you know, for reasons other. I mean, I've done big movies for money because I needed to make money. But my experience of working on very big movies was that it didn't really... it was an ambition at one stage to work in big Hollywood movies, but I became very quickly disillusioned with them, to be honest.
So Lee, as you know, has many, many years of experience as an actor.
Sure.
So how does that influence his directing with you and with the other actors on this movie?
Well, Lee has a tremendously, obviously, a tremendously intimate understanding of the psychology of actors, because, and so he was maybe the most egoless director I've worked with. He parked his ego at the door, and he was willing to listen to everybody's ideas. That's a remarkable thing. And he trusted people. He really trusted people to do what they did best. And he got out of people's ways in a very good way. And he was encouraging and kind and respectful and complimentary, and created an atmosphere of freedom, which many directors, you know, don't. And so, yeah, but being an actor, he understands what it means to be an actor, with all the kind of insecurities and vulnerabilities that go with that.
So then what drew you to the role of Lester?
I think it's a very interesting role about not just an actor, but a man who strives for a kind of happiness that doesn't really exist, and he becomes aware that the selfish, focused only on one thing life doesn't really lead anywhere. And he has somewhat of a catharsis in the movie. But by having that catharsis, he opens himself up to other people, to love, and to a broader definition of what success and failure are. And he becomes not afraid of failure in the end, because failure is a necessary part of life, and it's as important as, success or winning.
And lastly, have you ever done a show for no pay or that had nudity?
In fact, I did. In the theater, I did a play where I had to come on naked in a prison shower scene. Actually, no, it wasn't the shower scene. It was when we get checked into the prison. And myself and this other guy, we met, it was a long time ago, and we met a few years ago, and I said, well, what about that naked scene that we did in that play? And he said, afterwards, years afterwards, I thought there was no need for it. It was an unnecessary scene, but we were young actors, and, we'd do anything. But unfortunately, my mother and father were in the audience for that play, and I was absolutely mortified. We also didn't get paid for it. So when I saw this play called No Pay, Nudity, I said, I've been there. I've been not paid, and I've been naked. So, that was a long time ago. I don't really do that anymore. Being nude, I mean. Working for no pay, still doing that.
Well, that's all the questions I have.
You didn't ask me, was there life after death?
Is there life after death? Is there life before death?
Is there life before death? A much more important question.
Fantastic.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you so
Chop it
much.
up.
That's a wrap on Gabriel Byrne.